Hi, everybody. It's Susan Lavender. I'm Assistant Director of Admissions here at the Culinary Institute of America. Well, not here, obviously, but in spirit. I've been with the college about 14 years. My husband's been teaching at the college for about 20 years in the American Bounty restaurant. Some of you may have even had him. So this is really near and dear to my heart to be able to manage this new online bachelor's program specifically for CIA graduates. Because again, my husband is a graduate. I hold a certificate in wine through the California campus. You know, in the time that my husband and I've been with the college, we've seen many, many students come through and be very successful. And, you know, when a lot of you attended CIA, we didn't have a bachelor's degree. So it's taken time for us to develop this, but finally we do have a bachelor's program that's going to be very manageable for you while you work. Or if you're not working, it'll work with your time. It's flexible. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and get started with this. And thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm really excited. This is a session on the online Bachelor of Business Administration and Food Business Leadership. So this is going to allow you to take your leadership skills to the next level, you know, the existing skills that you already have, and bring something back to your business or to a business that you want to contribute to. So here I am. Of course, I'm Assistant Director of Admissions and a certified wine professional through the college. I will gladly email you this presentation or even a PDF of this PowerPoint at the end as well, probably tomorrow afternoon. So that way you will have this in documentation for if you need to watch it again, you need to share it with a spouse or an employer. And another super important thing is you have to be a CIA associate degree graduate to be eligible for this program. So why is this program right for you? Education excellence you remember, your faculty and classmates, what is the time commitment, tuition and financial aid, and requirements and how to apply. So that's where you'll be working with me very, very closely. So why is this program right for you? There's a million reasons, but I've narrowed it down to some. So you've always wanted the opportunity to earn a CIA bachelor's degree, and now here it is. I think I can share with you, because you all know this, you know, when you did your associate degree, it was 69 credits with 60 in the kitchen. Some bachelor's programs are not really taking that kitchen credit. So for us to be able to take all that credit and you to get a bachelor's, a part-time bachelor's in a speedy fashion is really important. So it's exclusively for you, and there's no reason not to finally pursue your bachelor's degree. You don't have to worry about uprooting your family and putting your career on hold to go back to school. It's 100% online. Some of you have asked me, you've kind of poked around and looked at our online master's program in food business that we have. That one has a few residencies where you will need to spend time at a campus, but this is 100% online. So the online bachelor's program allows you to maintain an ideal work, life, and study balance. It's part-time. As I said, it's very flexible, and it's specifically designed around your hectic schedule. So boost your earning power big time. Per the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, bachelor's graduates tend to earn nearly over 40% more weekly on average than those with just an associate degree. So education excellence you remember. World-class CIA education delivered online by our expert faculty. So these are the same faculty that are delivering our on-campus bachelor's programs. So they're seasoned. You know, in the associate degree, you had certified master chefs, certified master bakers, certified master pastry chefs, and of course, some academics as well, but not very many. So in our bachelor's programs, we have anthropologists, authors, experts in the industry. So, you know, wine experts, the best of the best, just like you're used to teaching you. So it will be a mix of video segments, written material and faculty notes, discussion boards and group chats, assigned reading, and papers, spreadsheets, journals, and presentations. So it's going to be a mix of all kinds of things. And those of you who are graduates from not so long ago, you would have used the kind of educational board called Moodle. That's what we're going to be using for this, so you'd be familiar with the way that looks. There also will be some group work, which is super duper exciting. And when I get to the slide about who all is accepted already, I think you're going to understand why I'm excited about what this group work is going to mean for all of you. So here's how the kind of nitty gritty of how it works. You can work on the course material at any time that fits your schedule. You'll need to adhere to the structure of assignments, interactions, and evaluations, of course. But again, it's very flexible. So there will be a few courses that require class meetings or sessions at a set time of day, but that's not going to be common. That's very rare because, again, flexibility is key with this program for you all. Explore topics vital to your future success. This makes me really excited because I think that these topics are really, really cool. So key principles of business leadership, economics, sustainability of food systems, science and the nutritional value of food, history and culture of food, justice and ethics within food systems. For me personally, because I also was an anthropology major, the sustainability and the history and culture of food seemed really cool to me personally. All right, so here's kind of what we anticipate. Okay, remember this takes 3 years. So this coming fall, we're going to start September 8th. Okay, so you're going to take overall, looking at everything, you're going to take 30 credits in food business leadership and 30 credits in more standard our bachelor's academics, like managerial accounting, HR management, macroeconomics, marketing. But of course, everything has the CIE slant. Like the marketing class is marketing and promoting food. And there's food nutrition and public health. So if you look here at these food business leadership courses, I'm going to delve a little bit deeper into those. So as you saw from the chart, in your first semester, you're going to be taking your first food business leadership class. So in this class, it's going to be in a case study format. So you'll analyze and develop your existing leadership skills, and this will kind of guide you to enhance and propel your career even further. So you'll study major theories of leadership and identify your leadership style and kind of blend it all together. Advanced food service operations. This is where you'll document key factors that contribute to service quality and guest satisfaction and discuss why these are so difficult to achieve consistently in the industry. You'll develop strategies and analyze service delivery, but you'll also develop a deeper understanding of profitability, development, staffing, production flow and timing, cost control, etc. So you have 2 other classes at the end that are leading up to your final project in food business leadership. So instead of doing just a case study format, you're actually going to, as it says, get real with an actual food company. So this could be your existing organization. It could be an organization that you're interested in joining. But these 2 courses couple together to involve real world research. So this is when you're going to evaluate either your own company or another business, as I said, and identify a need, a problem, or an opportunity. So in my mind, that would be, say, from company culture to internal systems to business strategies and competitor analysis. So you'll ultimately be developing recommendations and an implementation plan to address these issues. So you're coming back to your organization or to a new one with solutions and already establishing yourself as a leader. So this is, again, the part I'm thrilled to talk to you about, okay? So let's look at the faculty. So again, these are industry savvy CI instructors who are experts in their fields. Within the online platform, faculty can set up lots of different kinds of interactions. So that could be between teacher and student, the group of you and the instructor, or among yourselves as students. So your peers include, so far, this is who I've identified, but there's more. A lot of corporate dining professionals, like food service operations directors for Compass Group and Aramark, corporate dining. Food manufacturers, I have a couple of accepted students here. Research and development professionals. So I have somebody who is currently working for Campbell's in R&D, and a lot more other R&D companies too. Entrepreneurs, of course. Culinary educators, I have some at the high school and college level that are admitted and they're applying. And they're also still prevalent in the, involved in the industry as well. So they're current. Executive chefs and sous chefs, absolutely, and lots more. So this, to me, the reason I really thought it was important to put this slide in here is that, sure, our own campus bachelor's programs are amazing, super amazing, but you could be in class with somebody who started when they were out of high school. You could have a professional like this in your class too, but it's a different dynamic when it's on campus. This is strictly for all of you who are already leaders and professionals. So you all will be able to put your heads together and really learn about other segments of the industry, as I said before too, that maybe you want to get into. But you all have very different leadership styles and different positions that you're in. So your group work is going to be really fun and very dynamic and very exciting and enriching. So time commitment, just like you're used to, 2 15-week semesters per academic year. 1 to 3 classes at a time. So let's say, well, I have someone I spoke with earlier today that their restaurant's probably going to be reopening soon. So my heart goes out to everybody, believe me, with what's been going on. So in talking with this program, I don't want to make light of any of that. I really want to show that I respect you all and that hopefully this online program will help you as well. If you have time off or if you don't, okay? So the CI is here for you. But let's say, yeah, his restaurant's reopening soon. He's anticipating. So really, he's probably going to end up dropping down to one class in the beginning or farther down the road. Expect about 3 hours a week of instructional time per class and about 2 hours of work a week expected for assignments. So it looks pretty manageable. We will have summer courses, so just like you're used to, we're going to keep going. You know, CIA doesn't really take big breaks or anything. So in total, it is 3 years part-time. So I think what I should address here, because I get this question all the time, and rightfully so. So because this is our first go around with the program, we absolutely can take transfer credit from other colleges that you've been to before or after CIA. You want to get me your transcripts and I'll pull your CIA transcript. But we absolutely can evaluate you for transfer credit, and that will save you money. But because this is the first go round, we're not offering like the third year classes in the first year and so forth. So it will still take 3 years, but you can still save a lot of funds. So it's a total, as I said, of 60 credits, 30 in business leadership and 30 in liberal arts. Tuition and financial aid, another biggie, right? Cost. $735 per credit. Remember, it's a 60 credit overall program over the 3 years. There is a $25 technology fee per credit as well. So that comes out to about $15,000 a year. All right. Be sure that you ask your employer. If I know, again, this is a tough time to ask these questions of an employer, but a lot of the students that are admitted are going to be getting tuition assistance from their employer. So if you do ask them and they say, oh yes, we'll give you like $5,250 a year, I've researched that a little bit because I thought that's kind of weird. Why is it that specific? And it's because a lot of times they go with the government cap before they have to pay taxes on your program. So if they come back with that number, then that's really the reason for the most part that I can glean, or else that's just their policy. Make sure you file the FAFSA because you could be eligible for government aid. The CIA is not offering financial aid for this right now. We will be working on this. It's just, it's same thing with our master's program last year. We didn't offer financial aid for the first go round, but then as time went on, we were able to start looking into that. So the requirements, this is where you and I will be working super closely. You must have an associate degree from CIA. Since graduating, you need to demonstrate at least 4 years of progressive work experience after you earned your degree. You know what it makes me think of too, even though they're different? Do you all remember the ACE program? A lot of you do. And I've had some ACE students apply for this as well. For the ACE program, you had to have progressive work experience to get transfer credit for extern. So it was easy for me to wrap my head around this and kind of the qualifications you need to have because it just kind of naturally falls in my wheelhouse because I used to manage ACE. But this is 4 years of progressive work experience in leadership after your degree. If you do have extensive experience prior to attending CI, like you came in as an adult student or something, absolutely let me know about that too, because I can totally take that into consideration for you. Now, this was like one of the first things I said when our vice president approached me about manning, or should I say womaning, this program, is international students. You don't have to have those costs that you had when you came to school on campus because there's no visa required because there are no residencies. It's 100% online. So the process is really easy. And of course, I will make it super duper easy for you. So I don't want you to pay the $50 fee. So if you all want to write this down, or you can ask me later, use the fee waiver code APPLY20, APPLY20, and that will waive your $50 application fee at the end. This slide I actually need to correct. So any college experience you had before or after, pre or post CIA, I need those transcripts because we definitely want to get you that transfer credit. Absolutely. And we'll need a resume outlining your experience. Again, feel free, if you have a lot of experience before you went to CI, feel free to add that in. Whatever gives me a good idea of who you are and the committee. There is an essay. I call it a statement of purpose. But the essay, pretty much it's like why you want to do this and what you want to get out of it. You know, and I really enjoy reading everybody's statements of purpose. It's just fascinating to see what you've all been doing since you graduated. It's really impressive. I'll get your CIA transcript. Okay, so don't request that. Don't pay for that. I'll take care of it. So let's say you don't have any other college. You just have to email me your resume and your essay. I'll pop in your CIA transcript and most likely have a decision same day for you. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen with you, and you all feel free to chat me any questions that you might have. I'll give it another second just to see if you have questions. I know, like I said, it's a pretty comprehensive presentation. I'll be happy to send it. And, you know, just shoot me an email if, or call me. Email's probably better initially, because you can actually set up an appointment with me through below my signature. So I'll send you all my contact information. But my email is Susan, SUSAN, .lavender, LAVENDER, @culinary.edu. See, there we go. So there's my email. Always first dot last, so that makes it easy. And then this is where you actually go to the website to see it. Now, when you all are applying, don't read too much into, basically, when you apply, you're going to see that there is an essay question for the regular bachelor students, and then there's a separate one for the online bachelor students. So if you have any confusion about where to find things, which it should be okay, but if you have any confusion, just please let me know. And because I'm your right-hand person. This is a good question I'm getting from Sophia. Would you be able to test out of classes? So like Spanish. If you took like AP courses and things like that back in the day, you could get out of them. But let's say you took Spanish 1, but you didn't take Spanish 2, that's fine, we'll take Spanish 1 for transfer credit. But if you took German 1 at another school, we don't offer German 2, so you would have to take Spanish 1 and 2, if that makes sense. Okay? See, it looks like I'm getting some more. It can't, Alex, it can't be expedited. Alex is asking, does it have to take 3 years? Yeah, it does for our first go round, because we're not offering the second and third year classes in the first year. So again, this will save you money by transferring credits in, but it's not going to save you time right now, okay? And the only option is to do part-time. These are good questions. So we'll be enrolling every September with fresh student body. So if you can't make it this year, then it'll be next September, and you can go ahead and apply for it. You should be able to. Again, if you decide you're applying for next year, instead of using apply 20, use the code apply 21. It's that easy, since you're applying for 2021. We have anything else? Trying to think what, I mean, I think I touched a lot of, you know, the cost, the length of time, you know, duration cost, all that. And then I did see that Dennis did ask the question about the cost again. So I do want to cover that. Oh, and Eric, yes, thank you for reminding me of that. So I'll get to you in a second, Eric. The tuition, basically with the tuition and the technology fee, it's about $15,000 a year. Oh, and so Eric asked the question, he had asked me this via email too, and I'm so glad you reminded me, that how about books? So the books are just like for our regular, you know, on-campus, I hate to say regular, but you know what I mean, our traditional on-campus bachelor's program. You know, the classes are very similar except for the food business classes. So you're going to have crossover. So you're responsible for getting your books. When your schedule is set, then we will be, your admitted student portal will populate in a few months, a couple months, with what your schedule is and what books that you're going to need. Okay. With the ID and number, so you know you're getting the exact right one. All right, so just hold tight. That is an expense that you have to take care of. But you know, of course, you don't have to get a knife kit and a uniform and meal plan, and you know there aren't any of those other fees. So really, the books are the main additional fee. And I've seen students, of course, not for this program, but for our on-campus bachelors, they can rent books from Amazon. So, you know, if you don't want the, you know, big physical book that you have to keep forever, then you can rent them from Amazon. And Melissa, unfortunately, I don't know the answer to that question. Melissa's asking how much is the fee for books. I can find out from an on-campus student. I can find out from them, from the enrollment division, and let you know. But again, there's flexible options with the books. Like, you don't have to just get them from our bookstore. So, you know, you could rent a textbook, you could get a used one. There's what's called CIA Sell and Swap. It's a Facebook group. So CIA Sell and Swap. So you might want to join that. And then when you can see like people are selling their books on there all the time. People are asking, hey, do you have this wines book for me? Do you have this marketing book? And the current edition. So, you know, there's a lot of ways you can save money on getting the books. Okay. So I wouldn't go too crazy, like focusing, oh, it's going to be $700. You know, there's a lot of options that you can find, and the enrollment team, once you're admitted, can help you when your schedule's set with some affordable options for what they've seen students doing in regards to books. All right, I have a couple more. Okay, there's that, got out of that. And then there's a couple more Q&As you all did. Yeah, $15,000 a year. Oop, didn't mean to do that, sorry. It's $15,000 a year with the technology fee, and that's tuition and technology fee. Okay. You're welcome, Dennis. Just making sure I'm looking at everybody's questions. Eric, yeah, okay, I think you all saw Eric's question, okay? That's fine, we have room in September. So, you know, you're finishing your college this week, so once you're done, you can even get me an unofficial transcript if it's going to take a while for an official, but they should be able to send, once the grades are up, they should be able to send me the transcript through Parchment or eScript. I've even heard of one called Scribbles, but usually it's Parchment Exchange. So you just request right away once you're done that the final transcript come to me, and then we can start looking at transfer credit in a couple of months. Yeah, and Eric, any of you, anything I can do for you, like, you know, like I said, I'm happy to pull the CI transcript. I don't want you to have that expenditure. That's just not right. And the same with the application fee. Let me make sure I got you all. Oh, okay. So Nicholas is asking about the deadline for applicants. Just like with our other programs, we don't have a strict deadline. It's when we're full, we're full. So, you know, if August comes around and I have a spot open up, I mean, we're open now, but if I have a spot open up and someone's like, hey, I want to do it, I'll be like, sure, you know. And our enrollment team, Sophia, is who you'll be working with directly. So you got me, you got Sophia. So you always have a point person and point people, the two of us. But, you know, absolutely, if I have a spot, I'm going to put you in it. So, I mean, yeah. So I don't see any reason why we would not have you in. Of course, unless you didn't graduate CIA or something like that. I have a couple of students who were doing this program, even though it's 3 years. They've already completed some of the on-campus bachelor stuff, but they're not minding the 3-year commitment because luckily they're working and they're getting some tuition assistance, and their CIA bachelor's classes will transfer in, except for the food business leadership part. So yeah, it's just really interesting. People are really willing to do the time commitment. I mean, just remember too how fast your associate degree went at CIA. This is going to go very quickly. Okay. Okay, I'll see it. You know what, Melissa? You said, is it possible to have the class list? I can send you the presentation that has the chart on it, so you can look at that. If you need any course descriptions, I'm going to have to go through advising to get that for you. But for the most part, when you're looking, and I have it right here too, when you're looking at the curriculum chart, you can usually just go to our, what's it called, course catalog for the traditional bachelor's program, you know, and look at human resources management, you know, look at, it'll be similar, but you all are a higher level at the most part. So, I mean, the level of teaching is going to be a little, you know, maybe a little different. It's going to look different in some ways just by nature, because you all are experienced and you have leadership skills. So I'm excited to see kind of the enhancement of your backgrounds and how the faculty interact with you and how they kind of really cater the curriculum to you, even though it is a lot of what you do in our associate degree too. But you all are different. Okay, let's look here, make sure. Oh, okay, so Alex is asking, where do we submit the Apply 20 code? Good question, I could have told you that, right? So at the end of the online application, it'll prompt you for the fee payment. So you just put that right in. When I do Apply 20, I always do all caps, but I don't think it really matters, honestly, it doesn't matter. it should work either way. But that's just kind of my nature, is to do that. Oh, Alex, I got your application fixed. Sorry, we just had something going on with his application. All right, I think that's going to end it for us. And again, I super duper appreciate all of you. And I'm super excited to talk with each of you. I've talked with many of you already. And I'm just happy. I will bend over backwards to help you with anything that you need. Okay. And I've had lots of conversations with my personal graduates and hearing how everybody is coping with what's going on. And I have to say, CIA graduates are the most generous, loving, caring people. I mean, I have a graduate in Albany. He's executive chef for the Savoy restaurant. He's been doing a lot of work with the food bank because, I mean, they haven't really been open. And then, you know, I'm just hearing what everybody's doing with these, those of you who are in food manufacturing, you're being really great and working, you know, with government contracts to help people. So I'm really impressed, and I'm like bursting with pride to be part of the CIA and be part of your family. It just makes me feel wonderful. CI grads are the best. So, and I'll put this quick, I won't keep us too long, but to put this in perspective, I am a certified wine professional through the California campus. But in addition to that, I went to another college for culinary in Las Vegas. I have a bachelor's, and I had maybe 6 kitchen classes, you know, 15, 20 credits in the kitchen. CI, you're getting 60. So you all are, we already know that CI graduates dominate the industry and leadership, and that CI graduates are the best of the best. Like no other place can touch CIA, and you all. So the fact that we're able to give you this online program, hopefully you'll be able to do it this year, is very special to me, and it's very special to the industry in general because they've been wanting us to do this. So, alrighty, I'm gonna let us go, and I'm again really excited. A couple of you are messaging me that you had my husband. Already talked to a couple of you too, so that's funny. Yeah, we'll touch base after, and I'll make sure I send the love over to my husband from Alex and Melissa and anybody else. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. I'm really proud of everybody and the way that CIA graduates just still continue to lead, and you're just so generous and wonderful. Okay. Bye.